Year of Free Speech. This program is intended for mature audiences only and contains strong or potentially offensive language of an adult and sexual nature. So, listener discretion advised.
The views and opinions expressed on the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City do not reflect those of Vegas All Net Radio or its affiliates.
All music, stories, and characters are the sole property of their creators and are protected under international copyright laws.
Sierra, Alexia, Mama, and Sweet Cheeks are personalities put on for your entertainment.
The stories are real. The language is explicit. The behavior is unbelievable.
If you can't take the heat, get the fuck out of the kitchen.
Blasting to you straight out of Las Vegas, Nevada, it is the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City, starring Sierra, Sweet Cheeks, Alexia, and Mama.
Good evening, Las Vegas.
And people around the world.
Wow. That stereo sonic.
We never talk about who's going to do that when Mama's not here, so
we just do it.
Yeah.
That's awesome, by the way.
Damn it, give my coffee.
Speaking of Mama, everybody, you see an empty chair. Mama's having a few health issues she's going to get taken care of.
Yep.
And
we expect her back soon, though.
Yeah, very soon. I don't, hopefully sooner than later. So it's nothing to be serious about, just something she has to get taken care of.
We have today another recap. I know last week we recapped Fan Fest. Look, I'm in a cage.
That's why I hate these fucking new mics.
Hey, get used to it. I think they're cool. They're very retro.
They're very old-fashioned.
You
know what they are?
Very retro.
You know what? You want to know what they are? They're way more professional than the crap we had before. They're better quality, and right. People can't fucking break them.
Do you know what the issue is for me?
What?
It's too much in your face.
Yes.
Shit. You know what?
Just think of it as a penis and
I hung out with her this week.
Right here. This is the tummy.
I hung out with her this week. She can't bitch about having too much in her face.
Yeah, I had a good week.
Yeah, she did.
I just sat down and Sierra, Eagle Eye, goes, "You got a hickey?" I said, "No, I don't." She goes, "Yes, you have a hickey."
Where do you have a hickey? You have a hickey.
Yeah.
So today is a recap of Well-Rounded BBW Las Vegas 2013. We're going to recap that today. Just like we did last week where we recapped FanFest. You ladies spent a week there.
We did. We
at Well-Rounded.
God, there's so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start.
I am wobbled the fuck out.
Because there was a party every single night.
Yes. Well, there was a dance party,
a pool party every night. Now,
then there was a dance party this morning.
Right.
Buffet breakfast, which was
breakfast
awesome.
Party.
And I'll tell you what was really interesting is that that ballroom was more filled for breakfast this morning than it has been for some of the dance parties. It's like, give the fatties free food and they'll get up early in their hungover state and go. But it was really nice. Bree gave away a few little door prizes and they were dancing. It was a nice buffet breakfast. It gave everybody a chance to say goodbye,
right,
as they were leaving, and it was really nice. So, I'm a long time basher.
You are.
You know? Mm-hmm. I don't know, 15.
I still don't like the name basher. I just think of SEAL clubs.
Well, I don't know what else to call myself.
I know.
And every bash has its own little feel, and its own little flavor, and no two are exactly alike. But I gotta say, this is on the top of one of my best bash lists. Not only because the bash was planned so well and everything was really, really nice, but just personally, I just had a really nice time, and I was able to rest a little bit before we worked at the end of the week. And my friends were around, and it was just a really good time.
I had a great time.
Yeah,
I did.
We'll get a little in depth about your guys' great time.
Yeah, too much great time. But let the listeners know right now, Well-Rounded BBW is planned already for next year.
Yes, it is.
July the 14th through the 20th, and it is like a mega bash.
It is.
And they're going to have 4 days from 1 to 1 with an open bar. Okay, not just go in and get one drink, people. Open fucking bar. She's got a
with like a
free. That's free drinks.
With alcohol. With a 5-drink limit, bitch, or 5-drink minimum, motherfuckers.
Oh, 5-drink minimum.
and then it's also going to include some meals. But the big thing is that if you wait to the last minute and get your ticket, it's going to cost you over $300.
Right.
You can get the week-long pass right now between now and August the 15th for $199.
$199.
It's a good deal.
You can get a hotel room for the entire week from Monday when it starts to Sunday when you check out for $400. So for $600,
and it may be less than that depending on how many people you put in your room, because those rooms are huge at the Tuscany.
Right.
Yeah, if you get a double, it's the same price as a single, and you can share it.
Last year we had 3 people in our room. There were 3 of us girls that shared, and I think that my portion of the bill was just a little over $100 for the whole week.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very reasonable. It's awesome. Get your tickets now, guys, because you do not want to miss this again.
Nope.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm a little upset because I heard the two of you talking about sharing a room or something about a double suite or something, and I'm like, well, what about me?
Well, if you want to come, you want to
come. We'll check out a triple suite.
And they don't have any triples, but we might see if they have a joining.
I want to split my bill too.
Right. Well, I think we were thinking more of, hey, potty time.
Oh,
yeah.
That would be kind of awesome to have the SinCityBounty corner of the hotel.
Yeah.
We could totally do that, by the way.
When I call the hotel, I'll see if there's a connector to the suite.
See if we can get 2 suites together.
Or like a
suite and a single
in another room that
That'd
all
be cool.
connects. So that would be, God, would we not have a great time?
We
you
would
guys?
have a great time.
We'd have the security called on us. For,
you know what? There were
noise
some
level.
parties that went on this weekend that I was at, and if security wasn't called for these people, security will never be called. Okay,
Right.
There were some wild ass rocking parties.
I was at one party, and it wasn't really even all that crazy what was going on, and it was 10:30 at night on a Friday, and security got called up for noise level, and we were all like, "Why are you bitching about noise level in a hotel in Las Vegas at 10:30 at night on Friday?"
It was out of 10:30.
10:30.
Jeez, we aren't even at the party yet.
No, we weren't even at the fucking party yet.
You know what? I'll tell you something about when you're at the bash. You're a vampire.
Right.
Because you are definitely up all night. And then...
well, when you have a pool party that goes till 4 a.m.
And everybody parties till well past 4 a.m.
Now, I was only there for last night's party. I didn't get to bed till 4 myself, and I didn't go to the pool party.
What time I got to bed this...
Yes.
Well, not what time I got to bed. What time I got to sleep.
Okay.
There's a difference, right?
Yeah.
For her, every night there was a
8:30
difference.
this morning. And I got up at
Woo.
10 to went to breakfast.
Funk that noise.
Did you get a nap before you came here tonight?
Yeah, I got about an hour and a half. But my 2 grandchildren were at the house when I got there, and they were just like, they didn't want to leave me
missed
alone.
you,
They
and
missed me. They were like, my grandson's like, where are you going again, Grandma? You've been going too many times now, okay? And then he says, well, I have to sleep with you tonight because I haven't seen you in a long time. So, but you know what? As much of a great time as I had, we have been busy for 10 days.
Yes, we have.
And I'm kind of ready for life to
Well,
get
you
back
guys
to
have.
a little bit of normalcy.
Yeah, I'm ready for some normalcy too. I
Yeah.
can't wait. Today I did a Firefly marathon for a little while I cleaned the house and.
Well, I looked at my DVR box this morning or this afternoon.
It's
when I got home.
intimidating.
I'm like, I got lots of catching up to do.
We have Tall UNLV in chat, and he says that about our mic things.
He hates because he can't
do
see
this.
us.
No. He says it's a little Hannibal-ish.
Oh. Do I look like Hannibal Lecter?
Wendy, I see you in there.
Wendy, come to
Wendy
the bash
there?
next year. Come on.
Wendy, bring your wife, and you can bring your kids. There's a lot of people who have their kids there.
Yeah, they take them to the pool during the day, and then they I don't know, they work out a sitter or they take turns or whatever at night. But yeah, a lot of people have their kids at the pool.
I was
during the day.
surprised to see that many kids.
Well, you know what I
there.
think happens? A lot of these women have been going to the bash for years, and this is just from a few people I know that had their kids.
Right.
And so they later get married, have kids. They bring their hubbies, but they make the hubbies babysit in the room while they come down to the parties.
Well, there's good TV.
No, there's not. Casinos have lousy TVs because they want you in the casino gambling.
That's
For
true.
me, it's good TV because I love news. So,
But you can always bring your iPad or something. You watch your own movies.
Right.
Usually the Wi-Fi in the rooms are free. Usually.
In the rooms?
And I know in the convention area it's free.
No, in the rooms it's about $12 a day.
Really?
Yeah. It is.
So you go down and sit in the convention area.
Wendy says her son will be 21 next year, so there's no way she's setting him loose in Vegas.
With a bunch of horny, chubby chicks.
Hell yeah, bring them down.
Wendy, I'm telling, some of these women are ruthless. Okay, they don't care who's married, who's single. They just want men attention. And I mean, if men are standing there, they come up and just hug them. And I don't think they're trying to be out of line. I think they're just trying to be friendly. But
when we were setting up for the show Saturday night, I saw a couple of lesbian couples in the hallway.
Awesome.
Giving love to each other. They were dressed to the nines. They looked so pretty. And I was like, whoa, those are two girls. That's a lesbian couple. I was giddy. It was great to see.
Like to see the bash is everything.
Yeah, because you don't see that all the time at all, you know.
No, you're right. You're right.
So it was very cool because they were dressed so pretty as well.
The dresses.
Oh, Silent Mike took 340 something pictures. No, 240 something pictures just Saturday night.
Wow.
So he got you guys a CD. He gave it to Mountain View Photography, who we interviewed on Friday. The official bash photographers. He gave them his pictures, and they included quite a few of them on the CD.
Yeah, he was taking all the ones with
the cake, right? But it's like a little fashion show. I was watching him; he was going through them today, and it's like watching a fashion show. All these dresses, all these very pretty clothing.
There's all these big women, large chubby girls in there, and you never see a repeat on the dress.
No.
You'd think you'd see a repeat somewhere, you know. There's only so many chubby girl places.
Well, there was that one dress that we saw twice. Dee had it and some other girl had it.
Well, you know why? They bought it at the vendor fair that day.
Right. Was it that red one that we fell in love with?
No, but one of the girls did have that on.
I did see that. Right.
No, it was a real pretty floral dress with the shoulders cut out. It was really pretty. Yeah.
It was really pretty.
It was made to flatter girls with larger hips.
Callie Gay, look, baby, you'd look hot in that dress. He said, but I'm not going to get it for you because there's already two other girls with it.
That's right. See? So, so I'm on beach bash recovery for a few days, I'll tell you.
Hey, DJ Diva D is in chat.
Hello, DJ Diva D. I need to call you tomorrow. I just said to the girls, I got to call her tomorrow. So
and then Tall UNLV, I take it Tall UNLV went to the bash because he said if you play the photos back to back, it becomes a time-lapse video.
He was at the bash, and you didn't come see us at our Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City booth?
I don't think he was. Ooh, we got Drew Ramirez in now, too.
Hey, Drew!
Wow.
Woo, you must have missed the first 10 minutes there, Drew. Mama is on a medical break. She's got some things she has to take care of, and she'll be back shortly, but she can't be here with us right now.
Right. I think today, actually, she's getting her kids. She hasn't had her kids for a week or so.
Yeah, that's
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Ship them off to Grandma. That's the way to do it.
I believe her and DJ drove to California to go pick up the kids yesterday or today. So, because I went and got my nails done yesterday. So
I need to do that before she goes on leave from work.
For permanently, right, for a while. So
I need to do that.
I don't know what I'm going to do when she's gone.
You know, I was thinking that too. Like, okay, so she has surgery. She's supposed to be out, but she does have a sitting job. So maybe she'll come in one day for us. Please, Mama, please.
I've never seen her do it at home, but
no, I think she just has all of her stuff there.
Yeah,
and that's where it stays.
Yeah,
you know, for her. But can we talk about frickin' Ariel Castro?
Yes, go ahead. You lead us in, Mama.
Bring it in.
Oh my God. Now, Ariel Castro, for those of you who don't remember, he is the piece of shit scumbag at the bottom of the fucking scum at the bottom of the ocean, okay? That kidnapped the girls, kept them in his house for 11 years.
Right.
In the neighborhood that they live, right down the street from some of their families. Even partaked in some of the search efforts and passing out flyers.
Right. Had barbecues with the family come over.
Yeah, one of the girls he kidnapped was his daughter's friend.
Right.
Okay. Just a piece of shit. Okay. So he had almost 1,000 counts against him.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of such 1,000?
No, I think they reached everywhere they could. Every nook and cranny, every bottom barrel to find charges.
He decided to take a plea. Life in prison rather than try to go before
'Cause
a judge.
Didn't he get life in prison plus 1,000 years on top of that?
Yeah, so, like he'll never see the light of day. But the problem with this piece of God, if I had a gun, and I rarely say that, I'm not a real violent kind of girl, but this motherfucker.
Sometimes the only answer is violence.
No, I don't agree.
In this case, this guy should not get life in prison. He should be put to death.
I don't think so. I think he should suffer, honestly.
Well, I don't
solitary for the rest of his life.
I don't think I should have to
put him in general population and let him get fucked in the ass.
I don't think I should have to pay for this cocksucker to get 3 square meals a day, a place to sleep, and better health care than most people in America get. I don't think I should pay for that.
From what I've seen in all the movies, if you're in solitary, you don't get 3 square meals a day. You don't get a comfortable bed to sleep in. You don't get a clean cell, and you don't get human comfort at all. From anybody.
Yeah, I don't know, but what I don't know, the part that's got my knickers in a fucking twist here is he's allowed by law to make a statement in the court. So he gets up to make his statement and he says there was harmony in the house. The sex was what do you call it?
Consensual.
Consensual, thank you.
Consensual sex.
That's what he said. And at the same time, Nancy Grace is showing the chains that he had these girls tied up in, right. And there was harmony in the house, and they were a family, and he is not a monster. He has an addiction. And
not just not like an addiction to drugs or an addiction to anything physical. It was an addiction to porn.
Look, if you have an addiction to porn, you've masturbated holes into your penis. You haven't kidnapped 3 girls and raped them and forced one of them into multiple abortions.
Yeah.
That's not an addiction to porn.
Well,
I've met people with porn addictions. They never leave their house.
This narcissistic motherfucker says, and the FBI let them down. Do you want to know why the FBI let the girls down in his eyes? Because they never questioned him. If they would have questioned him, it may have ended totally different. That's what he said. Then he turns around and says, thank you, victims. Thank you, victims?
See what I'm saying?
Oh, I mean, I was just like fuming, like I was. What did you say? You said to somebody, I bet Sweet Cheeks is really on this one. It was, I mean, like, I was so mad.
This guy's not worthy of lethal injection. He's not worthy of Sparky. What he's worthy of is dangling from a very long distance from a very short rope. That's what he's worthy of. A nice, slow, languishing death by strangulation.
I guess what pisses me off is he really has, there's no remorse.
No, none at all.
None. And he's like, girls wanted sex. Oh, and then he says, well, they weren't virgins. What?
Right.
So that makes it okay?
Right.
Oh, he's a sick fuck. Sick fuck.
And he cannot blame any of it on an addiction to porn.
Well, and his brothers, his son, his daughter have all gotten on the some media source and said, we're sorry, and he's we don't talk to him. We don't want nothing to do with him. We had no idea this stuff was going on.
So I have an article up, and I just got to this one paragraph. It says, prosecutors used a detailed scale model of his house and slides to take the court through his house of horrors of hidden rooms, chains, motorcycle helmets for his victims, and a gun he would use to threaten them.
But there was harmony in
There was harmony in the home, and it was all consensual.
They had a family.
Unbelievable. DJ Diva D said we need to cut off his dingling.
Amen, sister.
Drew thinks you're hilarious.
Thanks, Drew. I
think she's funny. Funny looking.
This bitch, all week I spent with her.
You know what? I saved your ass so many times this fucking week.
Oh my God, you so
I don't, you know what? I should be allowed to talk about how much of a big old fat old whore you are all fucking week for the next 2 weeks.
I'd be sitting at the table and some kind of slimy or sleazy person would come up to me, or somebody that my lovely friend here calls the Klingon. I mean, it happened about 2 or 3 times this week, and I'd look across the table at my friend Sierra, and I'd mouth, help me. And so she would either come over herself and go, hey, there's a room party, we going? Or she'd send somebody else over. And so at one point somebody came over and hugged me, and they said, we see you need rescuing. Come on, somebody out in the hallway wants you. And then pulled me out so I could be rescued from this other kind of weird guy. So yeah, I do have to say my friend Sierra did save my ass a few times.
Thank you. Thank goodness.
Oh, yeah. Not that I couldn't handle myself, but,
Well, you never know. You never know. It could have been someone like Ariel Castro, right?
Well, yeah, that one guy.
Oh, yeah, he was really
creepy.
Straight.
Which one?
Very creepy.
The one on you?
No.
Saturday night?
Oh, no.
He was just drunk.
He was just shit-faced.
No,
wasted.
I can't remember this guy's name or whatever, but
the last time I saw him, he was in a striped shirt, and he was just
Yes,
creepy.
I seen him in the striped shirt. He's really creepy. And he was in my wrong personal space.
Yeah. It's one thing to be huggy and touchy and cool and everything like that. It's quite another thing to just sit down next to someone you haven't even said hello to and start stroking them.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little creepy.
Wow.
Yeah.
But some guys, for some reason, think that it's okay to do that. The reason they think it's okay to do that is because it's worked for them in the past.
True. That's true.
Which means some dumb bitch let some creepy dude sit down next to her and stroke her until she fucked him. Dear dumb bitch, you're ruining it for the rest of us.
Well, I'll tell you a funny story. We all have a good friend who's a masseuse, okay?
Yes.
And he had, was making some money working a little bit this weekend doing massages. These fucking stupid bitches would pay him for the masseuse and give him a blowjob. Well, he didn't have to do nothing.
It's good to be a male masseuse at
Oh, that's what I told him. I says, it's good to be you, huh? He goes, oh, yeah.
Well, he had a dilemma. Was it Friday night or Saturday night? He had a dilemma. He goes, I got to ask you guys your opinion on what to do with this. I got a girl who's been giving me a blowjob all week. I could go get a blowjob from her. I got another girl who will let me fuck her. I'm not sure what to do. And I'm like, dude, fuck. You can get a blowjob anytime.
Well, you know what he calls the girl?
And usually fucking involves a blowjob too sometimes.
Exactly.
Well, but you know what he was calling that girl a week? Nothing but head. Yeah, I guess I'll go. Nothing but head's trying to call me.
Nothing but head.
I love our friend the masseuse, by the way.
I do too. And but yeah, I was like, these girls are crazy. They're paying him and blowing. I'm like, life is good.
Here's your $40 for the massage, $10 for a tip. Oh, and a blowjob.
Sounds to me like that's about how it went.
Yeah.
DJ David agrees. Yes, dumb bitch.
No, there was more than one DVD. There was about 3 or 4 that did that.
Tyzone, yes, we are recording the show. Thank you, Wendy, for keeping everybody on track there. Wendy says, back to Ariel Castro for a second. Wendy says, I love the people who said, I don't know what the censored word is supposed to be, who said people love each other like Ariel Castro loved his victims.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were people out there like that.
No, me neither.
Well, now, there are some people who enter into an agreement and an understanding contract that they're going to be someone's personal slave for a given period of time.
I think that's a completely,
that's
so
not even close
completely,
to,
yeah.
I know that. It's nothing like that. And there are some people, in Ariel Castro's mind, he may think that this was that sort of consensual relationship. But the problem with that is if it is, then there's usually some form of paperwork involved in that, so that shit like this doesn't happen. So they can say, no, they consented. Look, they signed right here. I've got, whatever.
Well, these girls were young. They're so... Come on, 1,000 fucking charges, people. 1,000.
They censored the word gay. That was the censored word was gay.
Gay is not a bad word. Gay means happy.
Let me read the whole... Oh, and I love the people who said gay people love each other like Ariel Castro loved his victims. Holy fuck.
What is wrong with people?
I don't know. I didn't even heard that, Wendy. I'm so sorry about that. That's horrible.
You know what? I just don't get it. What is wrong? Wait
a minute. Are they trying to say happy people love each other like Ariel Castro loved his victims?
That's like that whole Cheerios commercial.
I don't understand why Ustream censored the word gay.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yes, because gay's true definition just means happy and full of mirth and joy. That's what gay means.
Well, we know what gay really means, or what it used to mean.
Why would they censor it?
Yeah.
Because people get bitchy. It's like, okay, so people don't like people to use the word gay because it's derogatory, except it's not derogatory.
No.
People don't like people to use the word retarded. I'm going to throw the R word out there. Because
How
now
about the
that's what
F
they
word,
call it, as
as
the
in
R word.
fat?
Yeah. Retarded simply means kept from full potential, or you retard the growth of something. I'm not calling someone, retarded as in mentally challenged. I'm calling them retarded as completely not formed all the way. I'm not being derogatory towards people who are mentally ill.
Well, it's all about being politically correct in what you say.
Fuck politically correct.
Well, see, I like politically correct.
Politically correct turns stories like Little Red Riding Hood into, she's suddenly a conservationist saving wolves from the big bad lumberjacks. Like,
well, that's an extreme. You're going to have extremes either end, and I'm not all for that. But I do think that, and we've had this discussion so many times before, but I do think political correctness needs to come into play, especially when it comes to calling people certain names, because that's what you're teaching children. And if they think it's okay to call people retarded, even though it doesn't really mean the negative things that you might think it means, a kid's going to take and go, "You're so retarded," and it hurts the other kid's feelings. So I think political correctness needs to be part of our society, because that's how we teach our children.
Taking one word away from them does not make them less of a bully. They're just going to find another word to use. They're going to start calling people shitheads.
They'll become more a vocabulary adept.
No. The more words we start taking away from the common lexicon, the words that we can use and say, the more we say things like, "Oh, you can't say that. That's a terrible thing to say." The more we start restricting our language in that way, we'll start restricting our language in other ways as well. And eventually...
So you believe that it's the slippery slope?
I absolutely do believe it's a slippery slope. You start telling people, "Oh, you shouldn't say that. It's a terrible thing to say." You know what? If you don't want to say it, you don't have to say it. I should be allowed to say it. I don't say it.
I think I kind of fit in the middle with both of you guys.
I think there's a place and time.
Yeah.
But I usually don't think there is a time. Personally.
What we shouldn't be teaching our children that, oh, the word retarded is bad. What we should be teaching our children is the true meaning of the word retarded. And then they look at it and go, "Well, you can't call somebody that. They're not actually that way," or it doesn't mean
besides
what
you
people say it means.
Besides you and maybe Sweet Cheeks, how many parents do you think really do that?
None, because they're idiots.
There's another word.
And there I go. And so political correctness, my statement on political correctness stands.
No, they're idiots. But that's because they've been raised in this ridiculous society where they believe that, they can't say or do whatever the hell it is they want to say or do because they might offend somebody. Fuck that.
Well,
fuck that.
Kind of on the same lines, have you seen the Cheerios commercial? There's a bunch of stink about the Cheerios commercial because it's
the interracial couple.
The interracial couple. It's a commercial where a little interracial girl and her mom, her white mother, are in the kitchen and they're eating Cheerios, and mom's telling her that Cheerios is good for your heart. So daddy is on the couch, and she runs in and dumps a Cheerio box on his heart because it's good for his heart.
Right.
There was a stink
all
over
huge.
the internet about having this interracial couple and this mixed girl. So they went and showed this commercial to a bunch of children, okay? And children were like, "What's wrong with this?" And one little girl was like, "What are they, in the 1950s?"
That's funny.
And but these children got more freaking sense than the adults do to realize this doesn't mean anything.
So I want to address DJ DVD's
okay, go ahead.
Because she's apparently also not a fan of political correctness, because she says, "Am I black or am I an African American? I'm confused." Well, I'd like to unconfuse you, because today or this week, I have found that there's a categorization for you. You are a black African American, because I met a white African American this week.
That's right. We did. The South African.
Yes.
The D.
Oh, that's true.
Paul and D, right?
Yeah. So that whole term African American, first off, if you took a blood sample from most of the darker skinned people in our society here in America, you'd find out they're not even African. Most of them are Haitian or South American. They're not even African. And so calling themselves African American is a misnomer. And you can't call them black because they're not actually black. They're more of a really dark mocha brown.
DVD, what do you like to call yourself?
Yeah, DVD.
How do you refer?
Okay, so Wendy, my lesbian friend, she said, so you should never care when someone is offended to not demonstrate privilege, like thin privilege, male privilege, straight privilege. It's just being civil. not political correctness.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
I totally agree with
We
that.
should-
So
we
maybe
should be
I'll
teaching
change
civility.
I'll change my terms, right?
We should be teaching
And-
civility,
but-
not, you know.
Tyzone, Sierra's friend, says it's sad that there are a lot of sick people out there. I agree with y'all ladies, and you have the right to say anything y'all want. Preach on, ladies. It is a slippery slope. So I mean, but I like the word civil. I like just being nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
agree.
So I will
Yeah.
change my language to maybe I won't use the word political correctness. It's very rude to call someone retard, right?
Yeah, or stupid or whatever.
Exactly. I hate that term. And my mom uses it all the time.
Stupid?
Oh, Mom, what are you, stupid? I'm like, Mom, do you have to call me stupid? She's old world. So
Yeah.
Well, and then I catch the kids calling each other that.
They
and I'm
do.
like, no.
They do.
We
we're
don't
not
use
doing
that
I think
word.
that is one of my least favorite words.
Stupid. Yeah,
Stupid.
that is the one word that is absolutely forbidden in my home.
Yeah, I don't like stupid.
The word stupid is not allowed. Because nobody's stupid. There are some people who have less of an ability than others. But that doesn't make them stupid. They're probably better than a lot of other things than you are.
Right. That's exactly what I put.
Don't
into
be a
kids.
fucking dick.
You're
That's
good
what I
at-
tell my
You're
kids.
good at some things. Other kids are good at other things. That's right.
I tell my kid all the time, stop acting like an asshole.
You've been listening to the duo award-winning Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on Vegas All-Net Radio. We're going to get right back with some great catch-ups this week. Don't go away.